An emissary of peace by day, a violent terrorist fighter at night, and a master weapons builder, the Peacemaker is so dedicated to peace that he can cause absolute mayhem and is willing to kill anyone to obtain and maintain that peace. This deranged vigilante believes that the souls of the people he killed are trapped within his helmet. He is a member of the Suicide Squad and then of the Pax Americana in Earth 4. Welcome to DCNES and let's get to know the life and times of the Peacemaker. A very idealistic anti-hero, the Peacemaker first appeared in Fightin 5 as a backup series published by Charlton Comics in 1966 and got his own title in 1967 with 5 issues. During his first stories, he is usually conflicted in wearing the Peacemaker persona as he is against violence. Christopher Smith, aka the Peacemaker, is a United States Peace Envoy to the Geneva Arms Conference. His father, an army officer and politician, taught him how to fly planes, and his mother drove his passion for science. He is a scientist whose theory on inertial guiding system was chosen for spaceflight by the Cape Kennedy Air Force Station. He was also chosen by the US Air Force to fly the rocket X-17. The Peacemaker has a special hobby of creating weapons, and his powerful gadgets are mostly fortified into his outfit. His pressure and heat-proof helmet that can stand extreme temperatures has an all-wave radio transmitter and receiver, a destructive laser beam, and an ultrasonic stun beam. The right glove can dispose firebombs. The boots have pentolite compounds. The holster has nerve gas pellets, a derringer, a toolkit, and a shark sedative suitable for all underwater creatures. He has a mini jetpack, and his costume is a pliable bulletproof body armor. Like Batman, he has a whole arsenal in his cave under his chateau in the Swiss Alps called the Peace Palace. It has different kinds of weapons, and some were designed by him, such as the Absolute Zero Generator or AZG, a machine that can freeze anything to 0 Kelvin, the UX Jet Fighter, and a long-range Mach 3 fighter. He is usually targeting to break the organizations made by international terrorists, arms dealers, and warlords. Upon the closure of Charlton Comics in the 80s, DC acquired the Peacemaker and released a mini-series in 1988 written by Paul Kupperberg. In this new rendition, they changed his personal origins and he has become more bloodthirsty and full of rage. Ironically, he is also the founder of Pax Institute, a charity organization based in Geneva, Switzerland that aims to use peaceful alternatives to violent world situations and study terrorism and its victims. His father, Wolfgang Schmidt, was a Nazi commandant of a concentration camp and a wealthy Austrian munitions manufacturer, while his mother, Elizabeth, was an American writer. As a young child, Christopher had a life of luxury. After World War II, the arrest of Nazi members were imminent. So, at the 5th birthday of Christopher, his father committed suicide. After that, his mother went back to the US in New England and changed their name to Smith. Christopher grew up to be a bully and a troubled teenager, but was performing well in his academics. When he was 18, he enlisted in the army, changed his behavior, and was promoted to second lieutenant with excellent marks. However, when he got assigned as a platoon leader in the Vietnam War, his predispositions for violence resurfaced, causing him to massacre civilians in Vietnam. He was then sentenced for life.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
I thought you were the crazy one.
I am.
Some years later, he was recruited by Pentagon. He was to become a member of a top-secret team called the Peacemaker Force. This team has the objective of stopping terrorism in the Middle East. Although the team was never formed, he took this idea to heart and created the Peacemaker as a form of penance for his and his father's crimes. On his way to becoming a lethal fighter, he begins to believe that the ghosts of the people he killed or were killed in his vicinity are collected inside his helmet and talk to him. He then became part of Checkmate, a covert operations agency reporting under Colonel Vostok, the Negative Woman. In the Vigilante series, the Peacemaker was killing off terrorists in a hijacked plane when he encountered the Vigilante, who also boarded the plane to fight the terrorists. In a heated conversation, the Peacemaker killed the Vigilante. The Vigilante he killed was Dave Winston, the fourth version of the Vigilante. His death was witnessed by Adrian Chase, the second vigilante, a district attorney with regeneration powers. Adrian Chase donned the vigilante mask and sought revenge against Peacemaker. However, they eventually became partners since they both have rage issues. Later, it was his father's spirit that haunts him and criticizes his every move. The psychoanalyst Dr. Bridget Dabo, disguised as a housemaid to research further and work with Christopher's schizophrenia. Together with Peacemaker's team, she created an environment conducive for deep post-hypnotic conditioning.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head. We don't leave one of our own behind.
In the Eclipso series, Peacemaker became part of Amanda Waller's team together with the Creeper, Sarge Steele, Major Victory, Manhunter, Professor Bennett, and Wildcat. He then crashed a helicopter to obliterate tanks operated by the supervillain Eclipso. Because of this, he and his team died and their souls went to the realm of Purgatory, where he was later on seen with Vigilante and Hal Jordan. Later, Paul Kupperberg, writer of The Peacemaker, revealed on his website that the root cause of Christopher's psychosis is his helmet and armor. The cybernetics implanted on Peacemaker's weaponry was slowly but surely creating mental instability. This is the cause of his hallucinations of his Nazi SS father and the voices of dead people in his head. In the Crisis on Infinite Earth story arc, the Peacemaker and the other heroes of Earth 4 were manipulated by the Psychopirate to attack the heroes sent by the Harbinger to rescue them. In the 52 series, he appeared in the newly created Multiverse in Earth 4. Then, in Grant Morrison's The Multiversity Pax Americana story, still in Earth 4, Peacemaker was shown killing the US president while also being a member of the Pax Americana, together with other former Charlton Comics characters such as Captain Atom Alan Adam, Nightshade Eve Eden, Blue Beetle Daniel Garrett, and The Question Vic Sage. Then in 2021, in the Infinite Frontier relaunch of DC Comics, Amanda Waller threw Peacemaker into prison with some fabricated charges and made him the new leader of the Suicide Squad, together with Talon, Superboy, Nocturna, Mindwarp, Culebra, and Exit.
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
Now let's see the other versions of the Peacemaker. First was the League Buster Peacemaker from Justice League International in 1994. Second was Mitchell Black, a surgeon who was recruited by the Peacemaker Project of the PAX Institute and was reunited to other Charlton Comics characters at the LAW series. Third was a Peacemaker who was the identity of both Christopher Smith and Mitchell Black, but eventually became a hybrid of a Blue Beetle and a Yellow Lantern. Peacemaker was also in the Kingdom Come story as a member of Magog's battalion, wearing a costume similar to Boba Fett. Also, the Peacemaker was the inspiration behind the comedian, one of the characters in Alan Moore's Watchmen.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Lastly, in 2021, portrayed by John Cena, the Peacemaker makes a live-action debut in the Suicide Squad movie, written and directed by James Gunn. The Suicide Squad movie is part of the DC Extended Universe films. Then, HBO Max in 2022 will release a spin-off series of The Peacemaker, which is also written by James Gunn and produced by Matt Miller, still starring John Cena. Overall, despite the many psychotic characters in the DC Multiverse, the Peacemaker is an anti-hero that the DC loyal fans are surely interested to see. Are there any other crazy anti-heroes that you are interested to see? List down your comments below and hit subscribe.